Hey, what's happening everyone? Journeyman here, and welcome to part 3 of my Everton Let's Play series on LMA Manager 2003. Alright, so today's episode we take on Southampton first and foremost, and then we take on Middlesbrough. So two very, very winnable games, I would say. And according to the board, and the supporters rating, I'm going up, I'm becoming more popular. Originally I was 31%, which isn't great, but I'm winning them over, so which is good. We are 5th in the table, by the by, just in case you guys didn't catch the last couple of episodes. And yeah, playing some good stuff. Not scoring a lot of goals, but we're not conceding either, so that's positive. Alright, so going into today's game up against Southampton first and foremost, a couple of players are going to be without. Unsworth is out injured right now, and Lee Tye is suspended for 3 games after sending off in the last game. So I'm going to play Leeway Feng on the bench. I like to have a centre-half opposed to a right-back anyway. Alright, so yeah, I mean, take a look down here on the screen on the right-hand side. One thing I noticed and I remembered, I didn't talk about in the last couple of episodes, was these little icons, and these icons are very, very important. Basically, it gives you specialized skill. For instance, Alessandro Pastoni, as you can see, he is, in fact, an expert at throw-ins. So good for him. And obviously as well, there's a little morale thing too. Now this guy looks like he's that little emoji looks like he's high compared to let's see Paul Gerrard. He just looks happy, honestly. So you got happy, you've got high, which is obviously better, I think. David Weir, I believe that's leadership with the crown. Alan Stubbs is apparently an expert free kick taker. I didn't really know that. Thomas Graven's the same for him. Rooney hasn't got anything going for him, but yeah, I just thought that was very interesting little notes that I didn't really talk about in the last episode. Alright, so without further ado, let's try and get to the next game, which is up against Southampton. Now obviously youth match 2-2. Okay, cool. Obviously this game is a little bit slow on the loading thing, so it's kind of hard to get used to the fact that I've got to talk a lot in between the loading screens. And obviously the way I'm recording this as well, for some reason, my game capture is not recording my voice. I'm having to do my voice through a different record. And it's very awkward for me. So unfortunately I can't have breaks in between, just because anyway, this is all behind the scenes stuff. It's just like I'm kind of talking out loud. Anyway, moving on, we'll get Southampton today, playing at St. Mary's. Let's take a look at their first team, shall we? Jonesy's in goal, Bridgie, Tahar El-Khalej, Klaus Ludovam, Jason Dodd, Fabrice Fernandez, Svensson, James Beattie, and the Latvian Michael Owen, that is Mariam Pahars. Austin Delgado. Oh, he was an interesting signing. He was actually due to sign for the club before Gordon Strachan got there, and Gordon Strachan didn't particularly want him either. Anyway, so here we go. Up against Southampton, away from home at St. Mary's. This should be a pretty winnable game. Although this season was the year that we actually went to Wembley. It's not Wembley, it would be Cardiff, I guess, in the FA Cup final. We played Arsenal and went down 1-0, unfortunately, but there you have it. Alright, anytime now game. I said the loading screens in this game are absolutely ridiculous. That's the only knock on the game so far that I've noticed, is that the loading is a bit much. Alright, so here we go, our 4-3-1-2 formation. Rooney's going to back into the side as a attacking midfielder ahead of Lee Tye, who is currently suspended. Alright, so let's get this game going. Let's aim for another win here. That'd be nice. Alright. Here's Gemmell. Ooh, corner kick. Oh, the ball bounced around the box, and Big Dunk Ferguson gets on the score sheet here. 3rd goal of the season for Duncan Ferguson. Ball whipped in, kind of bounced around a little bit. Ferguson found a little bit of space there inside the box, and he smashed it past Jonesy in goal. Alright, so got 15 minutes in here. Still playing some good stuff out there. I'm thinking about switching to keep ball. Oh, that was a good effort, though, from Ferguson at the edge of the area. Dean Ashton yet to open his account for the team, by the way. Oh, there you go. Gets in there. Speak of the devil, and he shall arrive. Dean Ashton, the short ball from the goal kick. Terrible football from Southampton. That's not the Southampton way. Ball kind of fell in the box to Ashton. Turned and fired into the open net. Keeper nowhere. 2-0 up. Alright. So far, so good for us. Oh, unlucky. Gets in there. Come on. Alright. But we're still putting the pressure on here. This could be an absolute slaughter, by the way. Southampton not doing well in the league. I believe they're in the relegation zone, if my memory serves me correctly, and often doesn't. Alright, so just about half-time here. 2-0. Alright, so couldn't have asked for a better first half than that. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Who's performing the worst? Thomas Gravison, believe it or not. Southampton performing much worse, as you would expect. Anyway, so changes. We'll make some changes. No, we're going to keep things as they are. 1-2-0. Why would we make any changes? Alright, so second half here. Won the first one 2-0. Get one more goal, and we could pretty much put this this game to bed. Alright, offside there. It's so hard to keep up the action when it's like this, but if you try and go on medium, it's just far too slow. Good flick on there. There's Pistone. Rooney chips in. Oh, it's a goal. Gets in there. Ferguson gets his second goal of the game. 4th of the season for big Duncan Ferguson. Boards in. Couldn't win the first header. Put back in the box, though. Oh, and good poacher effort there. Decent effort from the edge of the area. I don't know who that was. Could have been Rooney. Could have been Ashton. Kind of hard to tell with these graphics who is who, to be honest with you. Alright, so 70 minutes on the clock here. Winning 3-0. We can make some changes. Let's bring off Dean Ashton. Let's bring on Kevin Campbell. Let's bring on off Lindelof. So actually, no. Let's bring on Lindelof for Rooney, who hasn't done much again. I mean, naturally, he's supposed to be a striker. Let's be honest here. I'm planning the whole because I figured that would be more exciting for Rooney to be the attacking playmaker. But it's time to get a goal. Mami Pahars gets a goal back for Southampton, makes it 3-1. Very rare conceded goal from us. And yeah, Pahars is all lower in the box, and it's second of the season for him. But yeah, as I was saying, gets in there. 4-1. Kevin Campbell getting a goal, first of the season for him. Poacher effort from Kevin Campbell. Did that pretty much all his career. Oh, Anders Svensson now been sent off for Southampton. So the goal scoring might not be done yet. Ooh, decent effort there. Good save from Jonesy. Alright, so 7 minutes left to go in this game. Looks like it's going to be another victory, and we're going to keep our place here at the top of the English Premier League. My goals for the season, well, mid-table was the expectation. I'm actually pushing for a European spot. We'll have to see, though. I'm not sure if I can get through an entire season on this before the end of the week of my vacation, but I'll do my best. And again, I could continue the series if it gets enough likes. Hint, hint. Alright, so 4-1 winners. Very happy with that result, naturally. Alright, so the next game is going to be on Saturday the 14th. Alright, so Saturday 14th of September, I should say. So just 3 days from now, which means there's not a lot of time for the players to respond. But I've noticed the fatigue levels aren't too bad in this game. At least that's what I've noticed. I'm up against Middlesbrough first, so let's take a look at their report. Let's see who they have. Marcus Swarter, Janino, George Boateng, Jeremy, on loan from Real Madrid, Massimo Macaroni and cheese, Alan Boksic leading the line, Marinelli, Joseph Job, Dean Windass. That's a blast from the past, that is. Alright, so I thought we were ready for the next game. Obviously, Lee Tai is still suspending, which is a little red card indicator there, tells me. Alright, so, yeah. Honestly, all good stuff so far. I'm enjoying this I'm enjoying this. Apart from the long load-in times, I am enjoying this. Alright, so here we go. Saturday, 14th of September. More load-in screens. I feel like half of this playthrough so far has just been loading screens. And me talking about how long the loading screens are, which isn't very interesting, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Alright, so the reserve team, so the youth team lost. Actually, out of interest, how are we performing in the league? We're up to 4th place now, 4 points behind Man U, Arsenal and Liverpool, but 1 point ahead of Fulham, who are still in the Premier League at this period of time. Let's take the first team out real quick. Anyone looking extremely fatigued? No, everyone's actually looking pretty good. Unsworth is still injured, unfortunately. Okay, so what can we do to the first team? I'm not going to change on the first team too much if I can avoid it. It was a win after all. Yeah, let's leave it exactly the same. Why not? Alright, so up against Middlesbrough. This will be a slightly more tougher test than Southampton, I would imagine. Although we are playing at home. Alright, so also the option in LMA Manager 2 is at 2003 was the fact you could simulate the game too. So you can just do a automatic instant results. I'm not going to be doing that for this series, but in a future series, if I do decide to come back to this game, I probably will do a little bit more instant resulting. It'll be kind of a lower league playthrough, be building from the bottom. And I thought about using all the cheats. Remember the cheats you can get for LMA Manager? Oh, there was like instant stadium building. There was one where you get the dream team, the best players in the game. There was one where you have 500 million in money to spend and for infrastructure and stuff like that. The instant building stadium 2, where whenever you change a stadium, it's instantly put up capacity. There were some great cheats in there. That actually kind of made the game kind of semi-fun as well. It sounds a bit weird. Southgate's been sent off. Current England manager Gareth Southgate. Not really leading by example there, Gareth. Tis, naughty boy. Alright, but yeah, some of the that actually made the game fun. I mean, cheats are cheats. At the end of the day, you're not really getting the full playthrough, but it is kind of fun because getting that money in the game, getting a lot of income is hard to do. You know, so especially at the lower levels and trying to build a team from the bottom. Having that 500 million obviously gives a bit of an advantage, but it makes the game sort of fun, and you can sort of rise the leagues quickly that way, and it makes the game enjoyable. You know. Again, keep in mind the PlayStation, you know, people wouldn't sit there on the PlayStation, especially LMA Manager, for hours upon hours. I'd sit there in front of a PC and do Championship Manager, but LMA not so much. I came here for short hits of fun rather than long periods of time. But that was just my take on it. And so halftime here, we're one man up, and we haven't really created many chances, have we? Who's not playing up to their standards? Ashton and Rooney are struggling. That's not really a surprise. Alright, so Gravison, I'm going to push forward. Rooney, I'm going to take you off for Lindelof. And then Ashton, Kevin Campbell. Alright. Bringing off the young guns, bringing on some experienced heads in there. Although Spartas Lindelof, I think, was 22 at this time period, so he's not really an experienced head. But he's more experienced than Ashton and Rooney, so at least he's got that going for him. Alright, get in there, Kevin Campbell. Inspired substitution there from the manager, a.k.a. me. Another poacher finish there from Kevin Campbell. Second of the season for him. And 1-0. Alright. Oh, free kick, Cavison. Ooh, unlucky. Man brought down the box. Nothing happened from that, though. So we're putting the pressure on the second half. Obviously, those changes have made a little bit of impact here. Ooh, Kevin Campbell putting the pressure on now. I got a feeling there's another goal in this game for us. Alright, substitution. Alan Boksic comes off. Alright, got 8 minutes to go in this game. Thinking about just doing keep ball now for the rest of the game. Just to frustrate them, and also make another change as well, because I'm just that kind of guy. Just to annoy Middlesbrough, make a change as well to waste some more time. Because it's only 1-0 after all, anything can happen. And yeah, you saw there Richard Wright having the forced into a good save to his right. And that's the final whistle, 1-0. Another victory, another clean sheet for the boys. And that keeps us fourth in the table, I would imagine. I don't think anyone overtook us, or should be able to overtake us. Yeah, fourth in the table now. And yeah, things are going very, very well for us indeed. So obviously my tactics still work all these years later on. I guess came out in 2002, so I'm guessing that will be 16 years old this game is now. 16 years old, and it's still a hell of a game. And obviously my tactics still work after 16 years, that makes it more enjoyable. If I was losing every game, I probably wouldn't be having as much fun as I am. Alright, so the next game, who are we up against? Who are we up against? I should probably think about this ahead of time. Next game, up against Villa. Villa away from home at Villa Park. Lee Ty is still suspended. Supporters love me, by the way. As you can see, 38%. Directors, not so much, but don't care about the directors. It's all about the fans. It's all about the fans. Remember that. Got to keep the supporters happy. I remember the longest I ever kept a job in this game was about, like, 3 seasons, I think, before I pissed everyone off. I used to have a habit of spending all my money on improving the stadium, because for me, that was the most fun. You know, building the stadium up, especially at lower leagues, because you want to play in a crappy stadium. You want to make your own. At least that's what I wanted to do anyway. I also have bringing up players from the youth team as well, probably a little bit too soon. So I never used to get the best players, and that only resulted in me getting fired at some point. Alright, disconnects here. I guess the one thing about this Football 1 thing, it is annoying. If you know you're not involved in the day's action, you still have to go through it, and you still have to hit disconnect. That's a slightly annoying thing about it, I suppose. Okay, we'll talk about, be honest with you. Running out of things to say, and it's only the 3rd episode, Jesus. I'm trying to find the game box that I had. Where is it? Where is it? It's on my shelf still? Put it back on my shelf. Nope. Yes, it is. It's on my shelf. Okay, well, I'm not going to go up there to go get it. So, yeah, on my to the right of me, you guys won't see it. I'll show it off in the near future. But on my right here, I've got 3 levels, like 3 shelves full of management games over the years I've collected. And LMA Manager has its own section, Football Manager, Championship Manager, etc., etc. All have their own section. Anyway, up against Villa now. Let's see. Unsworth is now fit and able to play again, but because of the form and keeping clean sheets, I'm not going to take off David Weir. Obviously, Stubbs and Weir are forming a decent partnership back there, so I'm not going to change that around. I'm also thinking about starting Campbell ahead of Ashton, but spent money on Ashton, so I'm inclined to play him. Rooney's also struggling, but still, it's better for the development if you play them and play them often. That's one thing I do remember. Actually, you have to play them a lot. So you have to try and get over some of the poor performances. Alright, so here we go. At Villa Park, away from home. It looks like foggy conditions, according to that. That was a nice little addition there in the top right-hand corner. A little indication of what the weather is going to be like. Let's see who Villa got. Enkelman in goal. Staunton, Milberg, Alpe, Delaney, Mustafa Hadji, Steve Stoner, Dion Dublin. It was a legend, wasn't he? Dion Dublin. He was a fantastic player in his time. Definitely highly underrated. Alright, so here we go up against Villa. Let's see if we can see how long this one can keep going for. So far, it's 6 games now without defeats. And honestly, I've far exceeded any expectations I've had thus far. I expected to really struggle in this series, but so far, so good. Obviously, and I think even off camera, even if I haven't done this series, I may continue this. Because I am having a lot of fun with this, and I want to see how well I can develop Wayne Rooney. I know he's kind of a wonder kid in the game, and so is Dean Ashton. And so I think between the two of them, I should be able to form a decent partnership in the future. I love the foggy conditions, by the way. It kind of reminds me of Silent Hill. All it needs is the siren going off in the background to complete the illusion. Free kick now for Villa. That was close. Oh, get in there, Dean Ashton. Get in there, Dino. Second goal of the season for him. Long ball from the goal kick. Ball was flicked on. There's Gravison. You recognise him because of his blinding bald head. And Dean Ashton with the finish there. 1-0. Gets in there. So a good form. Looks like it might continue today. Let's get a second goal though, if possible. 1-0. I'm always a little apprehensive. So far, Enkelman's made a couple of good saves for them. One thing I think they could add to this interface though, I mean, could add, like they're going to change it now, but anyway, it's just like an indicator on shots and stuff like that and possession, because right now it's kind of hard to gauge what it is. Well, I'm guessing they wanted to keep things as clean and simple as possible, which it works, you know, it works, but there are some improvements I would like to have seen. Alright, so halftime, playing well, playing some good stuff out there. I'm still going to make a change though. I'm going to bring off Rooney. I'm going to move Gravison forward again. So I'm making this change at halftime. It seems to work out well for us. And bring on Lindelof. Right. So Kevin Campbell sat on the bench because Dino got himself a goal. Bring on Campbell at some point though, because he is on rich goal scoring form. Scoring 2-2. No? Ooh, that was a chance there. I think he hit the post. All right. Ooh, that was another chance for Villa. Villa come back in this game, and there you are. There's the goal. It was only a matter of time, really. Villa started to really push us in the second half here. What do you reckon? Super sub Kevin Campbell time? I'm thinking so. Super sub, here he comes. Dino for Kevin Campbell. Alright. Super sub Kevin Campbell. Never thought I'd see that day again. Honestly, I actually forgot he was still playing for Everton at this time period. Came as quite a shock when I loaded up the game and saw that he was our number 2 striker option behind Duncan Ferguson. Alright, so 75 minutes in. It's been all Aston Villa in the second half, and they might sneak a winner here. I'm a little nervous of that. So, keep the ball. Just focus on keeping the ball for now. Try and hold on to this draw, I think. Draw wouldn't be a bad result. Villa on our bad side. It's away from home as well. If you can draw your away games, win your home games, you've got half a chance of finishing around the Premier League. So, 1-1. Okay, so I wouldn't say it's 2 points dropped because Villa really came at us here in the second half. And take a look at the league table. Still fourth, so we're still going strong then. That's 7 games now unbeaten. 11 scored 11. Only conceded 4 goals. It's a very impressive record there. Defensively, we're looking really, really sound. So that's very, very pleasing and positive. That's something we can definitely build upon. So we're about at the 20-minute mark now for the video. I'm trying to keep these around about 20 minutes each, as I mentioned in the last episode. So we'll see who we're playing next, and then we'll plan ahead for the next episode. Alright, so anyway, if you guys are really enjoying the series, please let me know. I want all the feedback I can from it. I want to explore doing perhaps more different kind of management games in the future. And your feedback on me playing these kind of games definitely helps me decide what you guys want to see and what I want to do with the channel and things like that. So I need your input. So just let me know in the comments below if you guys are enjoying it so far. Make sure you like the video if you are. If you want to see more videos by me in the future, please hit subscribe, turn notifications on. Next up, we're at Fulham at home. Fulham are currently 1 place behind us, so it's a little bit of a top of the table clash right now. But things are going really, really well for me. And yeah. Nothing more to say. Hope you guys enjoying the series. I'll see you guys in the very next episode. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.